Hi, welcome to the Random Hour. I'm Kyle, and today I'm joined with Sorceress Triss. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What I go by is Sorceress Triss in the cosplay world. I've been cosplaying for 11 years now, and I've been gaming my whole life and reading comics, all that fun stuff. I'm also into anime. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, yeah. You cosplay a lot of superheroes. What are some of your favorite superheroes?
So my favorite is Jean Grey. Back in late like the 2010s, like I got into reading the Uncanny X-Men. I wanted to read, like, always loved X-Men, but I wanted to, like, really, I read comics off and on, but, like, I really wanted to, like, invest lots of
Mhm.
time into it. So I went to the very, very beginning of Uncanny X-Men, like the original run, and read through the entire original run of Uncanny X-Men. Jean Grey, like, I always liked her, but, like,
Yeah.
I grew up on like the cartoon where like she was fainting a lot, and like I was like she's cool, but like I really liked Wolverine. Like I'm a huge Wolverine fan, but I through the comic run and like going through the Dark Phoenix saga, and then when like she came back with like she was reborn and everything, I really started to love her, and so like cosplaying her is she's my favorite character to
Yeah.
cosplay. I love doing Emma Frost. She's also one of my favorites. And I just recently got her Marvel Rivals. I cosplayed her back in like I think it was 16 or something. So I was happy to revisit her. I have a lot of favorites, but those are, I would say, like the two favorite right now.
Mhm.
That the characters I love and the ones that I've been cosplaying a lot.
Yeah. Oh, no, I definitely understand that. I've been, me and Devin both collect comic books, and so I normally go for more DC, and
Yes,
he normally goes for more Marvel. And so he's like really big into Spider-Man. I'm really big into like
nice.
Batman and Superman. And then we've got a couple characters that we'll swap with, but we'll lend each other our comic books to
That's
read up.
awesome.
And I've been wanting to get into the X-Men for a while because I know them, but I
Yes.
haven't like read them.
Yeah, they're great comics.
Yeah.
Like any runs, like there's times where like it's really peak, and then there's times where it's like a little like drier. But I just love I just love the X-Men storylines, and I
Mhm.
also like have been getting into like like there's Uncanny X-Men, and then
Yeah.
there was like just like X-Men like without an adjective, and outstanding, astonishing X-Men, and all that.
Yeah.
And recently I've been reading the more newer like Ashes of Kokora, like that type of, but like the newer releases.
Hmm.
I'm a little behind though because there is so much that was released,
Yeah.
so much the past year, so I'm like still catching up on everything.
Alrighty. We are a nerd and pop culture podcast. What are some things that you personally nerd out about?
Right now it's Marvel Rivals. Right now I'm like obsessed with it. Like I don't
Hmm.
have a lot of free time, so like during my free time, I a lot of times will make content or I'll be playing Marvel Rivals. So right now it's that. I do like K-pop Demon Hunter, so I'm like one of the people that's really into
Yeah.
that as well. But right now, I think thanks to Marvel Rivals, I'm in this like Marvel kick. So like I've been just really into it. But I am also like a Star Wars fan. I do like DC.
Hmm.
Like I said, there's animes I like, and I'm huge into like the Witcher games.
Yeah.
Those are like that's where my username came from. So I'm into a lot, but right now it's Marvel. Right now I'm like so into it.
Oh, yeah, I feel that. I've been avoiding Marvel Rivals actually because
Yeah,
I used to play Overwatch.
that's addicting. Yes.
Yes, and then so I was like, do I really have enough free time to get addicted?
Yes. I told myself when starting to play Marvel Rivals, I'm like, you're not going to get addicted. Like, you need to set boundaries with this
Yeah.
game. And I do, to be fair. But, like, I still feel very addicted. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm at work, like, and I'm doing, like, paperwork, I'm like, I have Twitch on the side, like, all those things. Like, I look up tons of things. And then how I am is, like, when I'm really into something, I get really, like, I have ADHD, so, like, I hyper fixate,
Yeah.
and I will get like, so if I'm like I really want to be good at this particular hero, like I did in
Yeah.
Overwatch, I play them a lot and I
Hmm.
look up every strategy. I watch people play them. I rewatch my gaming, like my matches, and see, like I try and keep improving, but it's not, it's not always the best because it's such a fixation.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to gaming like that, what do you normally class as? Like a healer, a tank? What do you normally
Well,
go for?
I usually, so when I played a long time ago, I played World of Warcraft, which is
Hmm.
different than hero shooters, of course. But I was a DPS, and then I got into Overwatch, and I wasn't particularly good at shooters like
Hmm.
then when I got into Overwatch. So I picked up Mercy
Yeah.
because she had auto aim, and I got really like over time I started playing other heroes and got better at aiming. But I was really good as support. Like I felt like that carried over to Marvel Rivals. So when I
Yeah.
started Marvel Rivals, I started as strategist
Hmm.
and Lord Luna Snow like right away. And most of my lords are in strategists, but I do flex. Like I love playing Vanguard, and right now I'm maining Phoenix because I want to lord her. Like
Yeah.
it's Jean Grey. Like I lean towards strategist just because it was like what I knew of hero shooters, but as I started playing, like I have a Lord, Star Lord, who is a duelist in Marvel Rivals. They're all fun. I feel like if I like hyperfixating,
Hmm.
but like then there's a point where I'm like, I want other things like to do. I feel like it just makes me better at all roles when I know each role and
Yeah.
I flex.
Okay. What are some anime that you're into?
So I was really into Freerun. Lately, I haven't been as much into anime, but when one of my classics is Cowboy Bebop that I really like. I was really into Attack on Titan for a while. That was one of my first cosplays. I like Spy X Family. That's a good one.
Hmm.
I was really into, which was sort of like American anime, but I was really into Ruby, like RWBY for a
Oh yeah.
while too. Steins Gate was still one of my favorites. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was great. Yeah, it's a mix of like older stuff and newer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
but
I completely understand.
yeah, yeah. I just I watch a lot of anime actually when I'm like working out. So
Hmm.
like I but lately I've been watching Twitch streams,
Yeah.
but
Oh
that's usually
no.
when I get into it.
Yeah, I completely understand that because I'll follow the hyperfixation train
Yes.
because I have ADHD, and so I will consume a bunch of one media at a time. And so like
Yes.
right now I'm binge watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I
Very
never watched it before.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that too. I'm like now I'm really into this. Like and then I
Yeah.
just like for like a month or two it's like a lot.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I switch to like
Hmm.
an anime or something. I'm like I'm really into this anime and
Oh yeah.
like it goes through trends. Like for me, I'm really into gaming right now, or I'm really into reading comics. I'm really into anime and like then I hyperfixate on like a specific one. Like if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. No, it absolutely does. I follow the hyperfixation train, and
Yes.
Devin calls me the king of binging because I can finish an entire series because I got into adult anime for a while, or not adult anime, adult cartoons for a while, and I
Yes, those are good.
watched all of Family Guy, and I got
Yeah.
halfway through American Dad, and then I fell off, and and then I just picked up a different hyperfixation.
Yeah, no, I still get it. I love binging too, like, because you feel like you get so immersed in like what you're watching, and it becomes your life basically.
Hmm.
And I like I'll look up people who are into the fandom, or, like on TikTokers that like, and they'll talk about theories, and like I love that. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the best, and like cosplayers, and like
Oh yeah.
amazing.
I got really into One Piece, and then I
Yes,
finished all of it.
that's
So,
impressive.
oh yeah, and then so I kept texting Devin, "Hey, here's theories on who Soja King is," and he's like, "Dude, it's Usopp," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 it's not that simple." And then so for the
Right?
longest time, he just believed I thought Usopp and Soja King were different people, and I was like, you know what, I can have fun with this, and then I just kept like doubling down.
Like you just kept like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. One Piece is I always wanted to get into One Piece, but because of how long it is, it's
Hmm.
so daunting. But I hear from people that once you get into it, you're like addicted.
Yep.
And I need to just be ready for addiction, basically.
Yeah. So the way One Piece is, it's a light-hearted pirate story, and then boom, emotions.
Yeah.
Because I'm man enough to admit I cried when a boat
Yeah.
died, because what it does is it's lighthearted and then it has these complex real world issues
Nice.
and like severe storyline where you're like, hey, I'm gonna make you emotionally damaged and like feel really bad for this dog or boat or something, and
Right.
I'm gonna get you drawn in, and then I'm gonna something bad's gonna happen, and you're like, no, this poor puppy or this boat.
And
Yeah.
it sounds like you're not as prepared because it's so lighthearted and it's
Hmm.
so like fun and you just love the characters and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I just wish the best for, for everyone here. And then
Oh yeah.
not so great stuff happens.
One good thing, when anytime I ask somebody that's like a really big anime fan, I'm like, "Hey, what's your go? If you could be in any anime universe, which would it be?" And I'm like, personally, I would always choose One Piece because you're not really dying unless the story calls for it.
Like you're like, in a way, it's life.
Yeah.
Like, once
Mhm.
it's time, that's like,
Oh yeah, but it's such an emotional thing that will like pull you in and make you really care for all the characters.
oh, yeah, that's addiction.
Hmm.
Like I said, I will eventually. I know I will. Like, I just need to be prepared. Like,
Yeah.
I really need like a moment where like I really want to get into anime,
Hmm.
like a specific one, but there's nothing like like how there's moments where like everything's releasing
Yeah.
and so it's hard to keep up. And then there's moments where like things are wrapping up, so you watch what you want to watch that released that like the spring season or something, but you still want to watch anime.
Yeah.
That's when I think I'll get into One Piece. It's like,
One thing I've discovered what really helped, and I did this with Dragon Ball and One Piece,
yeah.
is I read the mangas, and
Oh,
so that
yes.
yeah, and so I skipped a bunch of filler, and then it drew me into a point where I'm like, I'm gonna watch the series as well,
Yes.
and then see where this differs and stuff, because it definitely differs more you get into it, where they're like kind of alternate stuff or going more in depth and stuff in the anime,
Yeah.
especially for One Piece. One Piece will skim over stuff, and then in the anime, you'll go much more in depth. And
Oh,
so
that's cool.
that got me to watch the anime as well. And then I did this with Spy X Family and One Piece, where I'm like, is this it? I want more of my cute little campy show.
I know. Yeah, I had that same feeling with Spy X Family. I got to the end of the season, I was like, so more's releasing, right? And I like looked it up and everything on Google, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't it. Like, it's like I couldn't
Yeah.
accept that that was the final episode right now, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I really, because it just makes you like the characters and you just want good things to happen and you
Yeah.
care about the storyline and like you're just hoping for the best.
Oh
And
yeah.
so it's like, no,
Yeah.
but wait,
I got my girlfriend into it. So
nice.
we watched all of it, and then
Oh,
it
it's so
ended,
cool.
and she goes, "Where's the rest of it?" And
Right.
I'm like, we just finished it. Nothing
No,
comes out
she's
for a while
right
more.
though.
And she goes, "Excuse me? You can't keep me invested like this." And then just like in
Yeah.
the season, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I agree with her.
Yeah.
I felt like I had the same feelings of like, I'm so invested though. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? It's the end.
Oh
She's
yeah.
so right on.
I will say one thing that I was talking about this with another person we interviewed. The episode should be out by the time this comes out. One thing that we both like is when we want to break from like the action,
Yeah.
we go to romance.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Oh yeah, we I do that too.
Yeah.
But you were talking about watching anime in the gym.
Yes.
So how has that fared?
So like I do a lot of when I'm on the elliptical,
Mhm.
like you're just basically like there's obviously like you can't do it all the time. You can't like work out doing certain workouts like doing planks and like have like the thing right there or squats and like or something like that. But like when I'm just like doing the part like basically trying to get some movement in and
Yeah.
trying. Sorry.
You're okay.
When I that's when I put on an anime and usually like I do that for about half hour and so I'm able to get like because usually animes are around 20 something minutes, so usually I can get an episode in and like
Yeah.
10 minutes of another or 8 minutes another. And it's nice because it passes the time and like
Hmm.
you don't realize that you're like because obviously when you're working out you're
Yeah.
feeling exhausted and like if I don't have anything and like if I'm just listening to music, which I like music, So I listen to music when I do other workouts, but like if I'm just listening to music and I'm basically just running, because that's another thing on the treadmill. So, like, depending if I want to do elliptical or treadmill that day, I like feel like I'm looking at the time and going like, oh my god, I have 10 more minutes of this. But when I'm watching anime, I'm like, oh cool, I
Yeah.
have 10 more minutes. Like I could do this because I want to watch this.
Yeah.
So
See,
it's nice.
me and Devin have the hardest time. He doesn't work out as much now. But would he be like, hey, I recommend this anime? And I'd be like, hey, I recommend this anime. And then we would be like, hey, there's fan service. Do not watch this episode in the
Yes.
gym. And Devin, being Devin, would be like, how bad can it be? And then proceed to watch it in the gym and then like throw his phone because somebody's like behind him on the treadmill.
I,
And he'll call me and be like, hey, I threw my phone in the gym again. And I'm like, you did it. You watched the episode, didn't you? And he goes, yeah.
I know. I do the same thing, and I'm like, oh right.
Yeah.
And like I'll like put the phone down because I'm like, oh my god. I
Mhm.
know like you could get like privacy like
Yeah.
screen protectors, like you could do that, but I'm just like I just take the risk.
Oh my gosh. I'm not much better because I kept hearing stuff about Don to Don, and then I started in the gym.
Yes, I want to
And
watch that.
I got so embarrassed. And I was like,
Yeah. There's so many times I'm like watching something and I'm like, especially anime, it's always
yeah.
the anime that's like, because like they just like pull out the wildest stuff and it's out
Hmm.
of context. Like, I just want to be like, I'm not watching hentai, everyone. Like, I
Yeah.
promise. At the gym, I'm watching an anime. Like, this is just an anime.
Yeah.
That's it. I just want to like explain to everyone around me, like, promise.
But yeah.
Just an episode.
Because I know those fan services episodes would be like, oh, it's normal. And then boom. And I'm like, oh no.
Right. Yeah,
And
I'm
you'll
like
get,
flipping the phone down.
yeah.
I'll sometimes like minimize, like you know, some apps you
Yeah.
can like minimize the screen. I'll put like
Oh yeah.
so I can
I
still
completely
hear.
understand that.
Like doing everything possible. I'm like I need to get through this
I normally work
moment.
out at night too, and so there's like hardly anybody there, and I'm still like, "Don't look at
Yes,
me! Don't
like
look at me! I promise I'm not a pervert."
exactly. You just want to like describe to everyone around like this is just typical anime.
Yeah,
I'm in it for the story, guys. It's for the story.
I swear it's for the story.
It's, I promise. Really into this anime for the
Yeah.
story. It's just fan service.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because that's been the hard thing for us. Because we're like, we'll call each other and be like, "Hey, this episode's really good. This series is good, but do not watch it in the gym. Absolutely do not."
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like the best like I said it helps me like with motivation to like just keep going. So I'm
Hmm.
like so I force myself like I'm like not force myself in a bad way, but I'm like yeah, I want to watch this. I really want to watch this series. Like that's what I'm motivated. And like when I'm motivated to watch a specific thing, I sort of like lose other motivation in other areas.
Yeah.
So I'm like but I really like so I just am like I don't care, I'll do that. But then I regret it in the moment. I'm like, oh, cool fan service
Hmm.
right now.
Oh yeah. There. I forget what it was. I was watching something, and then I'm at home by myself with the cat, and so I'm me and the cat are just watching an anime, and it's like a fan service episode. And Hannah comes in, and she goes, "What on earth are you watching?" I can't remember what it was, but I was like, "I swear, this is just a fan service episode.
Right,
I
right.
swear."
Yeah, it's really difficult. I have kids and I don't watch a lot of anime at home. I feel
Hmm.
like for like I just don't want them walking in and being like, "Mom, like whoa." Like one of my kids is 15, so like he would get like anime is like
Yeah,
this, but I'm like, so what the I sort of would rather have it at the gym. Like if
yeah,
there's fan service, like with strangers.
yeah. So
'Cause you never know.
kind of on the anime train. Ruby, how is it?
Yes.
I fell off of it because
So
I got
yeah,
distracted.
yeah, that happens to me all the time. With Ruby, I really liked the first couple seasons or
Hmm.
volumes, I think they're called, and then the creator died,
Hmm.
and I do think they tried in his vision to keep it up, and like they knew certain points that he wanted to hit. I really like it, but I sort of fell off the hype train
Yeah,
sort of later in when it felt like they were introducing a lot of characters, and I'm sure making characters in the Ruby world so much fun. It has to be like that's a really cool world,
yeah,
not to live in, but like to make characters in. And I felt like there was a lot. And I felt like there's parts that they were rushing, but it's still like it was good. It still had the like I think they tried their best.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard when the person who had the vision and was like into all this and like I think it's hard when someone like that dies and you're left with the project. And I think they really did the best they could. There were certain things I loved, like
Yeah.
I definitely was into the not like I don't watch things for ships, but I love the Yang and Blake like ship. I cosplayed a lot of Yang, and I love the character, and I thought that them getting together was like a great
Yeah.
moment for their characters. So it was cool that that happened.
Oh yeah.
But and then unfortunately it got canceled because Rooster Teeth
Yeah.
shut down. So we really don't know the ending. But I think the first, like if you watch the first couple of volumes, then you got the basically the good parts of Ruby, the
Okay.
best parts. There are good
Yeah.
parts after, but those were the best.
Oh no, I started it back when I was in high school,
Yeah,
which thinking back now, it's like a long time ago. Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a long time it's been out. Yeah.
And then because I got into it because me and my friends were really big into Red and Blue,
Yes. Yeah.
and then we got into Ruby, and then I went off for college, and then so I only saw the first two seasons, and
Yeah.
then I fell off on it, and I see it every once in a while on Crunchyroll, and I'm like, I should pick that up one day, and
Yeah.
then it's been a couple months since I said that.
I so get that. That happened to me with so like I was really into Attack on Titan,
Mhm.
and I still like it, but I fell off of it. Like I'm
Yeah.
still a fan of it, and like I said, it was one of my two of the characters were my first cosplays. But and I read the mangas like up to a point too, so I know more than what I watched in the show.
Mhm.
But I just fell out, and like every once in a while, I'm like, I need to get back into it. Like I need to just pick
Yeah.
it up and like finish it because I liked it, and I hear good things about it.
Yeah. I know I feel that with Attack on Titan too, because I watched the series multiple times. Because
Yes,
every time they release a new season, I would rewatch the old season
yeah,
just to like get up. But I got to the halfway through the last season, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if I got oversaturated. I don't know what, but I had the hardest time getting back in to just
yeah,
finishing it.
yeah. I need to get back into it. I will
Mm.
eventually. It's
Yeah.
definitely on my list. I feel like everyone has a list of animes that they want to watch. Same with like comics and everything and games.
Oh,
My list of games that I have, even like older, like decade long games. I'm like,
yeah.
I have on my Steam, and I'm like, I one day get to that.
I know I feel that there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't have time
Yeah.
to play this game, and so I will watch like a playthrough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love playthroughs and Twitch for that
Hmm.
reason of like I can still experience the game without having to play it, and then I could like sometimes that motivates me to actually play the game too because I'm like I want to experience that. Like I want
Yeah.
so like I'll do that too. And that's like a way of getting that
Yeah.
time in when I'm not like at my PC or like
Hmm.
PS5. I can't like sometimes I'm at work or the gym or something like that.
Yeah. Because I know Twitch was a really good thing for me to do that, and then so was YouTube. Because I
Yeah.
would watch full playthroughs, and then I'd be fairly well versed in the game lore itself.
Yes. Yeah. It's it's so much fun. I'm old enough before like Twitch and everything and like you would watch your friends play games and it's fun. It's definitely fun to do that and I wish I was still more of a thing now, but at the same time I'm glad that Twitch and YouTube like especially like I remember when Let's Plays were
Yeah.
like just booming and I was like this is really cool. Like it just became I feel like you can get even more into
Yeah.
the game. And like even if you don't play the game, you could still experience it and experience the hype because there's a hype that usually happens with some
Yeah.
games. So that's always cool too.
Oh yeah. I remember early YouTube with the when it wasn't as big, and so there'd be like bigger names, and they're really big now. Because I remember Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Sky Does Minecraft, all
Yeah.
those old ones.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Jacksepticeye, like I remember him.
I still watch them every once in a while.
Yeah, there's still a thing. But I remember when that was the thing to watch,
Yeah.
like to watch them specifically.
Oh yeah. So I remember what was his? there was one that I was like, I think it was either Life or Strange or something else that I watched a lot of Let's Plays for, and then
Yeah.
I think he did the Life is Strange because that got me into playing Life is Strange.
Yes. Which are
Mhm.
good games.
Yeah.
Those are good games.
Oh, yeah. So we'll get back to gaming, but
Yeah.
who is your favorite Doctor?
For Doctor Who? Yes. So it's a tie between David Tennant and Matt Smith. I think
Yeah.
it's like I lean a little bit more towards David Tennant. Just I really loved how his Doctor and like how they both played them in different unique ways. I think because David Tennant's the one that was like I saw Matt Smith first, but then I went back to the Ninth Doctor when they rebooted Doctor Who
Hmm.
and rewatched the whole thing, and of course a huge chunk of that is after the Ninth Doctor is David Tennant, and that's what made me like really get into Doctor Who. But Matt Smith has a uniqueness to like I love his like way about like both of them have different unique ways, and like his was like this energy. Both had energy, but like a different type, and like it was so cool.
Yeah.
I missed that, and I missed the Amy Pond Roy
Hmm.
like that's one of my favorite like parts of Doctor Who. I always want to get back into it, and I hear mixed reviews of like the newer stuff, but like I was obsessed, and that was another obsession.
Oh yeah, I completely understand that because there was a while that I would have my Saturdays and Sundays off, and I would just work weekdays and go to school at the same time.
Yes,
And so I binged all of Doctor Who and Game of Thrones.
yes,
Yep. And then
so
I got,
both are good.
oh yeah, and then so my first Doctor was Peter Capaldi.
He's good.
Yeah, he's my favorite. And then
Understand.
yeah, I just loved him. And then I went back and watched. And then I always get her name wrong, and I hate myself for this. But Jodie Foster, that sounds
Jodie,
right. It's not her name, is it?
who
The
I think I
female
know.
Doctor.
Yeah, I think no, I think you're right. I think that's her name.
Yeah,
I might so like she was during the block that I really didn't watch Doctor Who.
yeah, Jodie
Not
Whittaker.
yeah, yeah. Not because of her, just because like the other things were coming up, and I did feel like Peter didn't get the best storylines.
Hmm.
Like I thought he was I feel a little sad about his run because I felt like he was an incredible doctor, like one of the
Oh no,
best
he
doctors they
was.
ever cast.
And the funny thing about it is he was a huge Doctor fan himself,
Yeah.
and so that is one thing I love about him because he brings energy to it, but it's like a cranky old man, and he does it so well.
Yes, I just love it. Like, and he had some good episodes. Like, there were
Yeah,
some good episodes, but I felt like he didn't get like I felt like David Tennant and Matt Smith and why like there's a couple of reasons I think they're so popular, but I think a lot is that like the storylines were just peak, like just peak Doctor Who, what you expect from
yeah,
Doctor Who. And I wish Peter and the other doctors after got similar treatment. I don't know how the newest doctor, but I I fell off with Peter not because he wasn't a good he was incredible, but just because of storylines. And then, like I said,
yeah.
other things then came up, and
So towards his end, as the time as the Doctor, it caught his storylines. I was like, these aren't hitting. This is getting
yeah,
weird. It was like they got comfortable and then they got lazy with writing
yeah,
because how he ended his time as a Doctor was good, but it wasn't great in my opinion. He did this whole like last stand thing, which I felt like could have been avoided.
yeah,
And then when it there was like things were streaming, it was bumping around to different streaming services. Is when Jodie Whittaker was the Doctor,
yeah.
and I watched one or two seasons, and I don't think she deserved as much hate as she got.
I agree. Yeah, yeah,
She did really good at acting as the Doctor, but I didn't care for some of the storylines because they seemed like they were very campy. But I don't
yeah.
think they were great, but I don't think they were bad either.
I just feel like there's certain quality that I expect from certain like
Yeah,
series. And Doctor Who, I feel like I expect this certain type of quality.
yeah,
And I feel like if I'm watching it and I'm not getting it, I feel like it's like such a letdown. So like not that it can't have bad, like everything can have like not the best episodes. Like you can't make masterpieces every time.
Yeah.
But like they just had this way of writing that was just so like I loved, like it was like a mystery and then they had to figure it out and you're like how are they going to figure it out? Like like they kept having this like great formula. And the characters were really likable and they gave enough space for the characters to be likable. It didn't feel like rushed or like, and then I feel like they started, like you said again, like a little lazier with the writing. And like, so even you have these great doctors who, like, I think could have done some great stuff, who they're writing, like, no matter how well you can act, like, you can't act, like, you can be a great actor, but you
Yeah.
can try and save some of it, but like, you can't help the writing, like, all the other parts around you that. So it was unfortunate, and I just miss that. Like I miss like being excited for like the Christmas special and everything, and being like, yes, there's more Doctor Who. I remember those times. It was like the best.
Yeah. I definitely think if I had to pick writing, I think David Tennant was really good in the sense of
Yes,
they were really good at building up something for multiple episodes
yes,
and then really good at delivering it. And Jodie Whittaker, her writing was much different. It was like campy, campy, campy.
yeah,
And I don't think it's her fault, but I do think she suffered from bad writing and
yes.
with really good acting. Because I do think she did a
I
really
agree.
good job at acting for what she was given.
Yes, I think like she did her best,
Hmm.
and it definitely shows her talent.
Yeah.
The writing though just was like you said, it was not like Doctor Who quality,
Yeah.
and so I just like there's so many other things I can put my time into, like
Hmm.
as clearly as so much media out there, like so much stuff. I don't have the time that I used to when I was younger to just like watch something, even if I'm like this isn't as good. I need to like really be invested at this point
Yeah.
because time is so valuable to me. Yeah, it was so unfortunate because I miss that feeling. I miss that feeling of a good Doctor Who episode and just being like blown away or like crying because
Yeah.
like the whole Rose and like David Tennant thing or like Rory and Amy and like the storylines with them just made you cry.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to companions,
Yeah.
Rory, I think, was unspokenly good because he was
Yes.
this third wheel, and then when it came to like the Centurion, you're like, oh my gosh,
You just fall in love with him. You're like,
yeah,
what a human being. Like, what an
hmm,
incredible person. And it's just like the way he loves Amy clearly to sit there for years,
yeah,
decades, series. Oh my God. Like, it just
yeah,
like, you just fall in love with this guy. Like you're like this is an amazing character, and you just
yeah,
want the best for both of them. You're like I want this couple to have the best life in the
hmm,
world. They deserve it. Like, they've been through so much, and like Roy was so cool because like I feel like too he had to deal with like at the very beginning Amy was getting cold feet about marriage and
yeah,
everything, and like she had like a crush on the doctor, and like he still was like so respectful and
yeah,
cool and like I just love that character. And he had his flaws too, because I love when
hmm,
characters have flaws. I think a good
yeah,
character is not perfect. And so like he had his little things that like, made him human. Like it just made him so more likable
yeah,
too. Because you're like, wow, what a person. He's such a great like role model basically,
yeah,
in many ways. Such like that's the type of story I want from Doctor Who. Like
yeah,
that's another thing with Doctor Who is like the Doctor is important, but the companions
hmm,
really like you can have a great Doctor, but if the companions aren't like memorable and likable, it's gonna fall flat. Like it has to work. Like all of it needs to work together. And it was for a while.
yeah. I know when it comes to Peter Capaldi, towards the end, I'm gonna get her name wrong. It's either Billy or Bobby. I can't remember. But something they did, they made her a Cyberman,
Yeah,
and then I was like, "Oh, this is gonna flop." And then the way she acted was so good. I'm like, "Oh,
go her.
yeah," because she did a phenomenal job at acting it. And I thought this plot was very out of left field, but it really showcased the humanity of her
Nice.
and the humanity of the Doctor as well.
Yeah.
I didn't care for how Peter Capaldi ended the story, but I do think it was a decent end. for
Yeah,
especially both of them.
yeah, that is I do need to watch more of like Peter's, like, because I watched the
Yeah,
beginning, and like I said, there was good episodes, and then I was like, once it started becoming more and more of like the
yeah.
duller writing, I started falling off. But I will like definitely go back and like try eventually when I get that feeling of one good Doctor Who episode, which I will get. It will come around. Like
Uh,
that does happen.
well, one thing I do love watching Doctor Who is on it's like the one time it's not raining here on like a rainy day. That's like my go-to rainy day winter
Yes.
episodes where it's like it's cold, wet outside. It's nothing. I don't want to go outside, and so I'll just like binge a couple episodes of Doctor Who, and I'm like, this is a good day.
That is a great day. Yes, to be able to just like invest in like I said, I love binging
Yeah,
because like you just become so immersed in the story and it becomes the whole day and it's so therapeutic because like
yeah,
instead of worrying about everything else in life, you're just thinking about a good story, if that makes
yeah.
sense. And it just feels like you get excited, like you want to look up all the content on it and like it's just really cool.
Oh yeah, and then we probably should move on, but the Master, they bring back the Master
Yeah.
in a female form, and it's done really well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and Missy has this whole thing, and especially towards the end of her story, where she's has the choice to betray the Doctor again with one of her past selves,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I'm not the same person that I used to be,"
Oh, I like that.
and it really made a new character for it.
And growth in the master of like
Yeah,
I feel like there's a point, and this happens with like comics and such too, like there's a point that you have to grow
yeah,
like the villain. That's why I think a lot of like Magneto, for example, who was
hmm,
used to be so much against the X-Men, eventually he became part of the X-Men. It's because you can't just like the storyline gets stale and like you have to grow the character, like why, and it would make sense like for these characters to just forever be
especially when
titled.
like a Magneto as a character.
Yes.
If you have a character for like so many years, it's so
Yes.
easy just to like copy paste. And so
Yes.
giving him a new goal or motive to explore the character more can go very bad, but it can
Yes.
also go very well.
It's of course like how you execute it because
Yeah.
like people are going to be and this just happens. And I get it because I get attached to certain like ideas and concepts within like the stories I read and how characters usually are presented is that like you get attached to that and so like you have to like understand and respect people's attachment to it and like you also need to grow the character in a way that I think is still true to who that character is but understand like I think if it's not written well people are going to hate it because it's like people might just hate it just because it's changed but and you see that sometimes in comics where like there's a change and people hate it even if it's
Hmm.
written well but like I think when you like you have to be delicate and you have to do it well in
Yeah.
order for it to be accepted and like Magneto like I wasn't around when like or like I wasn't reading comics at least I forget when Magneto like more became I know there's the whole Joseph storyline so maybe it's the 80s like in Savage like I think I know there was a point where Xavier I think it was in the 80s was like away and like he became the leader. I forget if that was the 90s and or 80s though. But I don't know how that was received basically. I wasn't like I wasn't alive in the early
Yeah.
80s. Like so I wouldn't know. I think that's when it was. I'm like trying to think of the art style when I really read it. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like there's different art styles for every decade. And so like I think it was. But yeah,
Okay. Alrighty. Our next question. What was your first video game?
first video game. So I trying to think of the first I played, but the first I watched was my dad had a Super Nintendo, and I was like really little, like four, I think 4 or 5. This is actually one of my first memories ever. And he was at the end with the mother brain, and he said to me, he was like, if we don't defeat her, this is the end, like,
Yeah.
and I took it as like the end of the whole entire world, like, so I like ran into the bathroom and hid,
Yeah.
like, because I was like, I can't believe the world, like, it was so young and like he actually defeated her, which is incredible in Super Nintendo games, but like the world itself in the game, like but that you're on, it was getting destroyed. I was just like, I remember being so nervous. Like, I came out of the bathroom and started watching because, like, I think it sort of clicked. I don't remember, like, if it clicked or not, that the world itself was not ending, but it was the video game. I was watching, and I remember watching him get out of that. And then I remember the twist at the end where they revealed Samus being the girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, as a girl, like, when you grow up in the 90s, there wasn't as much presence of, like, usually, like, if we're in the team, we were, like, the caregiver, the therapist, like, the first Nintendo game. And, like, I just found that so cool. The other games, like, obviously played, like, Mario. Super Mario was, like, one of the bigger ones that I, like, remember playing when I was little. Star Fox
Yeah.
was a huge one. Yeah, it started with those. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad even had like, the NES. I was too young to play. Like, I played it, but I was, like, I had a Super Nintendo. I was, like, going back, like, to play those really old games.
I feel that my first was Donkey Kong Country for the Nintendo 64.
Yes.
Yep.
The N64 is one of my favorite consoles of all time. Like, I loved the PlayStation N64 era. Just something about those games are like my life. Like, thanks to those games, because that's when I was, like, old enough to start becoming, like, more
Yeah.
conscious of the world and everything. It was like, this is life. I love it.
And then later on I got Game Boys for my cousins because
Yes.
all the stuff I had until Game Boy Advance SP was all hand-me-downs.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I remember that, and then I got Donkey Kong Country on for the Game Boy, and I spent so much time on that and Pokemon.
Pokemon's life.
Yeah.
I still love Pokemon. Like, it's to this day, it was my obsession. It was one of my first big obsessions.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Who
Incredible.
was your go-to starter?
And, like, the original, like, blue and red. So it changed over time. I went to Blastoise, well, Squirtle, who
Yeah.
I evolved into a Blastoise eventually and, like, wrecked everyone with. Like, I got him to max level. And just, like, mid-game, I remember, like, just destroying, like, I made the game so easy. Like, it sort of, like, took away. It
Yeah.
was so fun, but, like, thinking back, I'm like, wow, that takes away from any of the challenges. Because I just kept leveling him.
Yep.
But now, I would go with Charizard.
Really?
Yeah, I like fire type Pokemon the best. Like,
See, what's funny is Devin's like really big into fire types, and
yeah,
then when I got my Game Boy, the first thing I did, I figured out how to play the game, and I just kept like doing the circle on the small grass or tall
yes,
grass,
yes,
and
yes.
I maxed out my Blastoise, and I just
Understandable. Yeah,
that impacted how I played Pokemon for like
yes,
decades, where I would max out my Pokemon.
yes. Because I did the same. I would call it training.
Yeah,
I was training. I was going around in, like, grassy areas, and I would have Blastoise on the
yeah,
team, and I would just level him until, like, I remember I hit max, and it was like, oh, this is it,
yep,
and I would destroy everyone. Like, I would just,
yep. And then I remember, I think it was DS when you could play against other people.
yeah.
And then nobody ever wanted to play with me because I was so maxed out.
Like, people are like, you're, like, just destroying us with this Blastoise.
One kick hit KOs too. I'm the original One Punch Man with my
Yes,
Blastoise.
with Blastoise, he actually was not. So One Punch Man was not actually inspired by Superman. It actually was inspired. Was inspired by your Blastoise.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Like, it was your Blastoise the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Like, maybe the creator was, like, one of those kids playing, like, and being like,
I need my revenge.
no, here we go.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. What console do you favor the most?
Right now, it's the PC. I like playing with keyboard and mouse. I feel like that I feel the most ease with. And shooters become easier. Like, there's something about, like, I mean, obviously everyone
Yeah.
knows, like, keyboard and mouse is just easier, but there's something about that just, like, clicks for me too, of, like, positioning and everything. Um, Whereas, like, controllers, like, I can play shooters, but
Yeah.
I don't feel as confident at it. So that's my go-to. But I also like PlayStation 5. I also have a PlayStation 5,
Mm-hmm.
which I like playing, like, RP. Like, I played, like, Baldur's Gate 3 on there, um, and, like, other games like that. Like, I don't mind playing, like, things that don't require aim, basically, on the PlayStation. Oh, or, like, I played Elden Ring also on there, which is a little aiming, but not like that's more positioning and timing.
Oh yeah, I understand that. When my computer went out, I went back to like Nintendo and stuff because my computer cannot handle anything on Steam anymore.
Yeah.
And that was such a blow, and so I took a break from gaming because I felt so bad.
Yes. I had a
Yeah.
similar issue happen to me a couple years ago.
And then
Whole
I
break.
I got into Xbox, and
Yeah.
a certain roommate red ringed my Xbox.
Oh my God.
Not once, but twice.
I would be devastated.
Oh yeah, yep. And then I made this guy a podcast host, and he never shut up.
I feel like that's it.
The funny thing is, he's gonna edit this and then text me and be like, "Hey."
He's like, what? I have this whole view of him, like, what an awful person.
Yeah.
How terrible. I don't know him, but I feel like with that information, like red ringing twice and then
Yeah.
not showing up as a
Yeah.
host.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So despicable.
Right, right.
The funny thing is, we've been friends for like 9+ years, so I
Yeah.
can, as he's like editing this, I can see his face like,
Wow.
yeah.
Just throwing me under the bus like that.
Oh yeah. No, he. I know Devin. One thing we talk about now, he got really into PlayStation, and I got into PlayStation after my Xbox red ringed, and I really enjoyed the buttons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then my Wii went out because we would have like fighting game tournaments in our dorm.
Right.
Devin's awful at it, by the way. No, one thing that I've gotten into is the little like Animal Crossing and just little comfy, cozy
Yes.
games.
Animal Crossing was my COVID. I think I got through COVID thanks to
Mhm.
Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
Like New Horizons. I was just like, this is incredible. Like it was just like cozy.
yeah.
It like I don't know, maybe they like predicted the future or something with COVID, but they released at the best time.
Oh,
Such a great game. That was such a cozy, comfortable, like just and so addicting. Every day I had to go to my like village and
oh yeah.
do the things.
I don't do it as much, but I still every once in a while hop back on and get back on my little village.
Yeah,
It's so cute and quaint. The
it is.
pandemic definitely made me appreciate those games a lot more
Yes.
because you're not grinding for a story or anything. You're just taking care of a little village of animals.
And I think that's what was needed, like in that time of like at least for me, I can't
Mhm.
speak for everyone, but for me, like I feel like I was just so like there was so much like loss of like not loss as in like there was obviously loss of life. I was lucky not to have that, experience that with family and friends, but I understand people have. But losses and like also like I think we all had losses of like our everyday life, of like our
Yeah.
typical structure and such. Like so it's like in a way I didn't need the exciting adrenaline rush games. I needed more of the comfy, cozy, everything's okay, we're working together games.
Oh,
Like, I heard Stardew also really like that too.
yes, and that was one that I debated on getting into, but I was like, I've already put so much time into Animal Crossing. I probably should
Right.
hold off.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of those games that I was like, I will get addicted. Like, there's certain games I
Yeah.
always want to get into, but I'm like, there's no end.
Hmm.
Like, Animal Crossing, there's no real ends.
Yeah.
So that gets me addicted more. Whereas, like, if I pick up, like, Elden Ring, I know there's an end.
Yeah.
So even if I'm like, I want to do New Game Plus or something like that, usually there's a point where I'm like, okay, I beat the game.
See, I ran into that issue not just with Animal Crossing, but Fallout.
Yes.
The open world, I would get so distracted and just go and do random things.
Fall is so much fun for that. My husband actually like that's like his game where he like 100% completes. And he did what was it called? You're that guy that like for a while there was like memes about him like he always the Minutemen.
Yeah.
Like he
Hey,
always
the settlement needs your help.
yeah, he completed every single like he no longer bothers him
Yeah.
about the settlement. I'm like, so impressed because that's like a lot of time
Yeah.
into this game. But I understood. I was like, I get it because this game is a lot of fun. Like it
Yeah.
is. I think I love those open world games where like The Witcher was like that. Skyrim. What's others? I don't know why I'm drawing the blank. But like where I love when you could just go off and like your entire life can be side quests.
Hmm.
Like 4 years these side quests.
I have not played it, but I keep sending Devin memes of it, so he thinks I played it, and that's Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah, I haven't played that either. I hear it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and will make you cry. Like
Oh
if you
yeah.
complete the story, like, apparently you will cry. Um, like every person tells me like there's sad parts that are just makes the game great. Like, they're
Yeah.
like, it's phenomenal. You cry.
Oh yeah, when it draws you in and like destroys you a little bit, you get an
Yeah,
emotional connection to it.
I know. I'm like, oh, this is great. I love being destroyed emotionally.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic.
The funny thing is, the meme I keep sending him is, "I love my horsey and my horsey loves me."
Yes. Yeah, I heard about the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, what got you into cosplay?
So I was already like the Sorceress Triss account is pretty old. And it originally was a gaming account, like back when Instagram was a thing, like it's still a thing, but I mean like a new thing. You would just like post selfies and such, and like I found it so fun to post like what you're gaming, like because even before Twitch was a thing, and like I got a small following, not huge, but small following of just like gamers, and it was like a lot of fun because I'm like, oh my god, finally people I can speak to about games because it used to just be like the people you knew.
Yeah.
And so I was into that, and then I noticed some of my followers started like cosplaying, and I was like, that's super cool. I didn't know that was a thing. This was like around the 2013, 2014 um, time. And I was like, I really want to, but I have no reason to do it because I don't go to
Yeah.
like Comic Cons. And then my ex was like, hey, you want to go to Boston Comic Con? And I was like, yeah, I could find, like, I was really into Attack on Titan at the time. So it was like, I could do Historia and I could do Annie, and like, because like there's similar outfits basically, so you could like save money basically on just getting different jackets and a wig, and basically then you have two cosplays. So we did that, and I got addicted because I was like, now I want to do. I did a femme booker from BioShock Infinite and Hilda from Zelda Between Worlds. And I just kept going. Like I kept like going like, oh my god, I wanted to do Black Cat and I wanted to do I remember like early cos I did Asami from Legend of Korra. Like it just continued and continued. And then about a year, I would say almost 2 years ago at this point, but it's probably a year and a half. I was like, I really want to make content. Like I really want to like people are making really cool videos and it just seems fun. And it gives me something else to do with these expensive cosplays because you just have them laying there until you go to a con. And I started doing that. And it's just another way of expressing cosplay. And I love it because you just like, people then know that fandom and then you just have more, like, I always love social media, not for like the following, but because of like, you get to know people. Like, you get to connect. For so long in my, like, I was bullied so much in my earlier like school days and everything for being into this stuff and to connect with people and like feel like, oh, this is my these are my people, these they get it. So nice. That's
Yeah.
what got me, basically the long version of what got me into cosplay and why I love cosplay.
Oh yeah. I know. I've always wanted to do cosplay, but I've never done it myself. And then
So addicting.
yeah, and then I was like, if I go to more conventions, I'll probably do it. But we've only been
Yes.
to one, and that was because there was one in Savannah that me and Devin went to,
Oh, cool.
and we had the wildest time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what,
Oh yeah, because I got chased by monks because I was wearing a Dragon Ball hoodie, and Devin did not believe that I was being chased by monks, and
like
so
real monks or
they're like Buddhist monks, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we love Dragon Ball. Do you want some of our literature?" And I'm like, "No, thank you." And then after like the third or fourth time of being asked the same question over and over again, I just started running away, and they kept trying to follow me.
like you were literally being chased by monks.
Yeah, and they're like, "Come on, join our religion." I'm like, "No, thank you."
Like you guys live your best life.
Yeah.
Like good for you.
I don't think it would have been that bad if I didn't get like it asked over and over again. I'm like, no, thank
Right,
you,
right.
please.
Of like, I said no.
Yeah, and then Devin, power to him. We were networking there, and so just trying to get people on the podcast. And
Yeah.
then I finally got convinced him that there was monks, and so we go over there, and he's like, no, 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 I have a bum leg. You don't want me
Like, don't do it.
because I brought him over there and immediately ditched him.
Wow.
And so I'm waiting around the corner, and here he comes and he goes, there are monks.
Like, there are actual monks
Yeah.
chasing people.
just trying to get them in. But the fact that they were like having no luck getting people to like come to the religion, they started to be like, "Hey, follow us."
Please.
Yeah, maybe we'll get one of them on the podcast one day. Oh, yeah, and then Devin, it's towards the end of the con, and my hat's off to him because he was exhausted.
Right.
But I saw the perfect opportunity to annoy Devin, and so a light shined down from the heavens onto a shiny face wrapped in tinfoil. And this guy was talking like Macho Man Randy Savage about Gundams at a booth, and Devin's trying to give him the business card. This guy's not breaking character at all. And so
That's incredible.
Devin's so exhausted. He's like, yeah, that's great. Oh, yeah, brother. Join the revolution. And Devin's like, yep.
It's like, that sounds great.
And he's like, here, just take our business card. We want to interview you for the podcast. He hasn't replied to us. I really need an interview of Devin just having to do with that for an hour.
For a whole hour, everyone watching
Yeah.
his experience.
Because, in like full anime fashion, I'm with Devin, and Devin's just, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and so
You're like, this is great. This is great.
this is making my day. Devin's doing Devin things where he's like, I bought him a sandwich, and so he's like, hey, I'll buy you a One Piece hat. And
That's
so
cool.
and so he goes and does that, and we immediately lose him. And we're like, he was just here.
Right.
He has a bad leg. He can't get far. Where could he have possibly
It's
gone?
not like he's running somewhere. He's like, he clearly
Yeah.
slowly walked to an area
You know,
and
he
disappeared.
went to the bathroom and came back, and then we're like, "How? Wait, when?" He goes, "I just wandered off," and we're like, "Okay." And so he ended up giving somebody else a business card and cutting his finger. So I grabbed the bloody one, put it in my pocket, and then we make our way to the bathroom. And a moment of pure terror, he bumps into somebody, and it's one of the talents at the convention. And I'm looking at security guards, and they're looking at me, and we're both like, "Oh no, what's about to happen?" And
Right.
Devin and this big name character are both like, My bad, you're good. Sorry, bro." And Devin just keeps on walking, and I'm just standing there, and the talent starts walking too, and me and the security guards are just like, "What?"
Like, everyone was expecting something to happen, and
Yeah,
both of them were like, it's cool.
yeah, because he like bumped into his shoulder like hard, and he was like, "Oh, my bad," and I just kept walking, and then I'm like,
Did Devin recognize they
"No,
bumped into someone? So,
no," and
so like,
so
he had no idea of the moment
yeah.
that just happened that he was literally a part of.
Yeah, so he's in the bathroom, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, he comes out, and I'm like, so you bump into anybody important, interesting at all
Right.
in the bathroom? No. And I'm like, no, on your way to the bathroom. He goes, nope. And I'm like, no, Fire
I probably
Lord
didn't even think
Zuko,
of it.
no fire.
Like,
Yeah,
whereas, like, you and the security guard were like,
yeah,
what's gonna happen? Like, what?
yeah. And so I'm like, no Fire Lord Zuko, nothing. Nope. Nobody in a jean jacket. I don't think so. And I'm like, dude, you just bumped into Dante Basco, the voice
Wow.
of Fire Lord Zuko. I thought we were about to get kicked out, and he goes, it's fine.
Like, it's cool.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, Zuko's better. Like, Zuko's, he had a lot of character growth,
Oh, yeah.
so he's good.
Oh, yeah. And then we're about to leave the con, and this girl comes up to me. She is wearing fishnets and a short tube dress, which doesn't cover much.
Okay.
She was wearing a ski mask that matches, and so the only thing I can see is like very long lashes and lips. And she comes up to me, and I'm wearing this One Piece hat. She's like, "Hey, I need to take a picture with a One Piece cosplayer," and I'm just like too stunned to speak. So I'm just like, because they're doing like little quest. There's a guy
Right.
giving quest, and then Devin, without missing a beat, whips out a business card and goes, "You can absolutely take a picture with this One Piece cosplayer if you check out our podcast." And so I'm just like,
Go him.
and so I take a picture with her, and I'm like, "Did you just pimp me out?" And he goes, "Absolutely." And I'm tired, and I want to go home. Let's leave.
Like, he's like, we're good now. We're going home.
Yeah, yeah. That was our only con experience, but we were like, we need to psych ourselves up before we do this. But it would be fun to do it again.
It is so much fun. I've met so many, like, friends just doing cons. And, like, it's not just the con, like, you have the after party experience too. like you haven't lived, I don't know if you're a drinker, but like getting drunk in cosplay
Yeah.
with a bunch of other people who are just like geeks, the best people to like just be completely in that, like to party with, basically.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
So
It's like the whole experience.
the funny thing is we were watching Evangelion.
Yeah,
We
good
were
anime.
drunk and we were like, I don't know if I would have understand this sober. Because it's like
No.
flashing lights, weird stuff's happening, and we're like,
No, at the end I was sober and didn't. I had to like look it up. I love the anime.
yeah,
It's not like something about the anime still makes you love it, even when like I feel like at the end I'm like, what
yeah. See,
happened?
our mistake was we jumped right into the movie not knowing. We were just like, oh, it's probably the start of the series.
Right,
And then we
right.
did research after it, and we were like, being inebriated, and then watching it, we're like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I saw it too. I'm like, okay. And so we like
Yes.
Googled furiously for a couple of minutes, and we're like,
Like yes.
it wasn't just the alcohol, it was also the movie.
Yes, it was the movie itself.
Yep.
Google is a great at grounding, I feel like. Like going like, yes, this is what you saw, or no,
Yeah.
this is it.
Oh, yeah.
I love Google for that.
Alrighty. What has been the most difficult cosplay for you?
To do. I'm trying to think of like I know my Madeline Pryor, even though it's not difficult in the way of like it's a simple outfit, there was like thigh highs that were not attaching. But I would say I did Mercy for a long time. Like a lot of Mercy. And walking through the convention with her wings was a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and I felt bad because I was taking up a lot of space because of the wings, but also at the convention, like, there's people that, like, don't really care if they bang into your cosplay. Like,
Yeah.
not, like, I don't mind people accidentally banging into a cosplay. Like, I understand people usually don't have wings attached to them, so you're not thinking of that. I get that. But there were, like, when you wear a cosplay, you notice, like, there's some people that, like, just don't care. Like,
Yeah.
they need to get past you and they will, like, knock into things.
Oh no,
And that
I
was difficult.
completely understand that. And my
Yeah,
bad One Piece cosplay, where it's just the hat,
right.
they would just like bump into me because they weren't even looking.
Yes. And like not even caring to because like I'm like so understanding of like people
Yeah.
being human and like sometimes we're walking and we're not like I've accidentally stepped on the cape before or
Yeah.
something like that. Like I get it. Been there.
Hmm.
I'm like when you're just like not even caring and you don't even like apologize or like they actually are like rude to you like for existing in front. I'm like it's frustrating.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was the hardest cosplay to like put on and keep on. Usually I don't have an issue with them.
Oh yeah.
But like when it's like you have to attach things to your skin like thigh highs, like, and it's like warm out or something and it like melts the tape and everything
Ooh.
that's holding it up, really difficult. Like that's frustrating to me.
Alrighty. What character have you cosplayed that you relate to the most?
So the most would be Jean Grey. Just her personality, I think, really connects. Like, I really appreciate her like story arc of like her basically like becoming the Dark Phoenix, and like I cannot relate to this, by the way. And destroying a sun that destroyed a planet, like basically messing up and having to live with that and having to accept yourself and move forward, but also like I love how like she had to be more in control of like her emotions and like I love her like leadership aspects and such and like I feel like I can relate to certain ways that she views the world. I don't know if I'm particularly like a leader, but like that's her thing, but like I relate to many ways of how she like views things and how she approaches things, and how she interacts with groups. I also really I love Black Cat, like so I cosplay her a lot too. I'm bi and she's bi. And she has this like way about her that is just like I feel like is part of my personality. That's like I'm not like deceiving. So I'm not talking about that, but like she's just like sort of like I wear like more revealing stuff sometimes and she's just like confident. I don't know if I like 100% like I feel like I try and embody that if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
be like I can be confident in being me. Like she's sort of like a role model in that, but I also feel like it's part of how I want to be. And so yeah, I would say those two
Yeah.
especially.
Let's see. What cosplay has the most meaning for you?
I think like I said Jean Grey.
I cannot
Um,
tell if I've already asked that question or not. I jumped
no, it's
around.
okay. But yeah, I feel like I answered that a lot of like
Okay. What cosplay tip do you wish you knew when you started?
I think for me, it's like I wish I was aware that you could just like you don't have to be 100% accurate. You can make it into like what makes you comfortable. Like
Mm,
there's certain parts of outfits that I feel like or like ways that they do their makeup or something that like doesn't fit like with everyone's like want of how they want to appear. And like I wish I was more like flexible with that. I feel like I would like my earlier cosplays more. I do try and get close to accuracy, but I do tell myself like it's okay to like not have maybe this piece on the cosplay because it makes me feel like less confident in this cosplay. I also like I I wish I really in terms for me, I wish I really started trying to do makeup sooner. My earlier cosplays, I was not confident in that respect, and so like I had to go through the awkward makeup phase for a little because
yeah.
I also didn't like in my when I'm not in cosplay, I don't wear tons. So I had to do that because I never went through it in middle school and high school basically. But I wish I did that earlier in my cosplay career.
Okay. What is your best advice when it comes to wigs?
So definitely for me, it's always making sure that, like I have all this hair is flat in the wig. I'm starting to get into like the gluing and everything, which has been better. But I would especially suggest lace front for wigs because
Mhm.
it looks like it's your hair. And it's I completely understand and respect if you like people don't have the extra money to put into it. But if you have the extra money to put into like a specific character that you like are extremely excited to cosplay, lace front is like the best.
So, a lot of your cosplays involve bodysuits. What advice do you have when it comes to ordering and sizing and just general use?
So if you can do custom size, of course, I would also like Heroes Time and Breaker have been like the most reliable
Mhm.
for me with like the body suits, like Zentai suits. But if you can't do custom sizing, I would recommend, at least to me, getting a size up because Zentai suits like still like cling on to you. And if it's like within like you're not going two sizes, if you go two sizes up, it would probably look baggy. But if you go just one size up, it still clings to you and like especially because you're not sure if it really will fit in the size that you are because every sizing is different unless you ordered from that place before, but it really like then hugs the curves more
Mhm.
than as before. I just need to plug in my phone. If you get it too small, it like has, sorry, I'm just
Oh, you're fine.
adjusting and seeing how to balance this. My phone's weird, like sometimes it's like, there we go. Is it sword charging? Sort of. There we go. It goes from like it looks like well charged to like nothing. No, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. We will edit it together.
But yeah, so yeah, that's my suggestion. Is that like just trying to go size up if you're unsure, and
Yeah.
so it hugs the curves more. If you get too small, then it sort of like has this weird shape to
Yeah.
it.
And I assume that if you're able to sew, you can probably pull in areas where it's too baggy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I personally go to like a tailor. I found a local
Mhm.
tailor, who's really well priced.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm paying a lot. Usually it's like within like $15 or something to get it pulled in slightly,
Okay.
unless it's major work. You can. I'm personally not a great sewer. Like my ADHD, I think there's certain areas I thrive in with ADHD. My
Yeah.
ADHD does not work in the sewing department. I just feel like I get too frustrated and I want it to happen too quickly. And so I just
Yeah.
like, I can't do it. I could probably if I tried, but
Oh no, something with my ADHD that I've discovered is I have to like make stuff. And so
yeah.
that is part of the reason I really want to, part of me wants to really get into cosplay because I just want to like make something.
Yes.
And so when it comes to like podcast stuff, something I'll do is I'll be like, "Hey Devin, you left me alone for like a day. I made 15 games for us to play on the podcast." And he goes, "Boy."
Like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I so get that. Like, I feel like I get that and want to make stuff in
Yeah.
content, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But my husband makes a lot of the props for me, like with his 3D printer or like physically, like through foam. That's
Yeah.
how he gets, and he makes content too. But
Mhm.
he's the same of like want to make stuff.
But yeah, I definitely feel that. I just get that itch, and
Yeah.
as long as I have some form of like creative outlet, I'm typically good.
Yes, yes.
But on the topic of props, what is the coolest prop you have?
The coolest prop. I haven't had a lot. Like, I think the wings my husband made, these like the Mercy wings, were
Hmm.
as hard as it was to carry them around. They were really cool, and they had like a bounce to them and everything. And they were like really well done. I don't like they're not on my TikTok page because my TikTok page is relatively new in the grand
Hmm.
scheme of social media. But there, I do have pictures on my Instagram. In fact, I made a reel recently where it was like cosplaying through the years, so it's
Yeah.
there. But that was probably the coolest prop.
Yeah.
Like he
Okay.
just did it so well.
A
I,
lot of the cosplayers that we have come on, a lot of times it's their husband or significant other that makes the props.
yeah,
And so that is an interesting thing that I've noticed. And they're like, it's this 3D printed like gun or something.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like
and
it's always like something small, which
yeah,
is not like a necessarily big part of the cosplay, but it has enough meaning because it's like so detailed and it,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's so true. I
Mhm.
am sorry. I do need to leave in 10 minutes.
Oh no, you were fine. We've got one more question and
Okay,
then we're done actually
perfect.
because we went on longer than I thought.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. That was on me. So I'll ask two questions. Devin's gonna edit this, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'll ask two questions, and then the last one is gonna be our last question. What are some characters that you want to cosplay in the future?
Oh my God, I'm thinking of my cos plans. I don't know if there's any new. I think a lot is like I want to do Emma Frost's like the Phoenix skin on Marvel Rivals. I do want to do Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. I do want to do her. What are Catwoman?
Hmm.
I do. I have like parts of that. Like I was doing lives for a while on TikTok, and people would like donate, and I would put it into like the cosplay. So I have a couple props. Like I have like the boots I bought. I bought the 3D printed like part for the cowl. I swear I have something else too. Oh no, I had it in my cart the bodysuit. I almost had enough money for that.
Yeah.
I have still put aside. So
Okay. So our last question: where can the people at home find you and your cosplay?
so um all my cosplays are under Sorceress Triss. I think sometimes there's like an underscore. I think on Instagram there might be an underscore
Hmm.
between Sorceress and Triss. And it has a black cat logo. So although all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok are under Sorceress Triss.
Okay. Alrighty. I think we're out of questions. So thank you for coming on. Any last
Thank you
words?
so much. Well, thanks so much for inviting me. I had a lot of fun. I haven't done a podcast before, so this is
Yeah.
exciting. I was really excited to see that you reached out, and I was like, so cool. Yeah, so thank you.
Okay.